Hi everyone, it's Diane. I don't really know what I'm doing right now. Well, I do know I'm working on my chocolate journals. So I thought I would just turn on the camera and let you craft with me today, and we'll just see how far we get. I really wanted to finish these two journals today. I'm just grabbing my glue. But my daughter came over and she needed somebody to talk to, and she had to fill me in on stuff. I've been talking about my family going through a very difficult trial right now, and I can just say that it involves a very nasty custody fight. And so it could be a long drawn out thing. It's very difficult. So she had to come and she had to fill me in on stuff. I'm putting this behind here for the glue, because the glue will seep through the fabric. So, you know, we talked for a while, and I was really glad she came. I needed to be filled in, and she needed somebody to be with for a while. So I really don't have too much left to do on these books. But I'm supposed to meet some school friends, high school friends, for dinner tonight. So I don't know. I don't know how far I'll get today. So anyway, what I'm doing here is I have a piece of scrapbook paper, copy dyed scrapbook paper, and I took this piece of vintage sheet, and the hem is right here, so I didn't have to do anything to the top of it, and I just cut it long enough for a pocket and let it extend over just for fun. And now I'm collaging these elements onto that. So I've got this, I don't even know where this came from. It's a digital, and it's a recipe with a vintage lady in the corner. What's the recipe for? Snow White cake. And I just have this little mini Rolodex card I'm gonna put on there. But I had it folded over to make sure I don't go over the fold. And then I just want to add a little yo-yo. Maria, if you're watching this, I did see your request to have the second chocolate journal, and I don't think I ever even replied to you. But yes, I'm reserving this one for you. I want to take this piece that I had made with my stamps. It says, "Friends are the chocolate chips of life," and then I used a scallop punch to punch out the brown, and then a 2.5 inch punch to punch out the back. Guess we're good there. And I just want to add this as a decoration up here. And I want to do a fabric flip here. I just have to decide what I'm going to do. Let's get my box of fabrics over here where I can see them. It's all messed up because I've been pawing through it. So I'll have to tidy it up again. We'll see how we like any of those. So I have this pink rose one, and I have a red flower one. This one is blue and it has dishes on it. That one's a little too skinny, I guess. I think I'll use the blue. And I want to put a little bit of lace and rickrack up here. I'll use the yellow rickrack because there's a little bit of yellow in that fabric. I will just sew across. And there's already stamping on that. I'm going to add this large digital card. I think it's like a 5x7. I made it, and it's from The Old Design Shop. And I have these larger pieces that I needed a large pocket to put them in. So this is probably The Old Design Shop also. And when it's folded, that little piece might be large enough for one of these little bookmarks from Nostalgia Graphic Land. So that page is done. The next page is one of the digitals from TLC Creates Vintage. There is room for writing on this page. And I'm going to need some fabric again. Could use this piece, just cut it a little bit narrower. It is wrinkled, but I'm going to gather it up anyway. I don't have room in here to set up an ironing board, and I do have a tabletop one that I set up on my stamping table when I need it. And there's actually room for it today, but you know, I don't have that much crafting time today. And You don't even notice now. Running low on my Mrs. Coggs images. I've been going through a lot. I printed them 3 times for my 3 journals. Got a few more here. I think I'll use this one. That one's smaller. I don't really feel like going to dinner with my friends, but we did it years ago. We met at a restaurant, an Italian restaurant here in the valley where I live. And I don't know how many years it's been. Probably, I don't know, 8. And of course we said we were going to do it again, but so I don't want to cancel out on them. If it was out of town, I probably would, but it'll just take me minutes to get there, spend a couple hours eating and talking with them. I like to get spaghetti and chicken parm at this restaurant. And I haven't been eating much. I don't cook a lot. I think I've said that before. I used to cook. You know, I used to enjoy making meals, but I don't cook a lot since I'm alone here. And when I'm busy crafting, I don't want to go downstairs and spend an hour making dinner, or even half an hour. I eat crackers and cheese, or can of soup. And when I'm stressed like I am right now, I just don't feel like eating, and I don't feel like cooking. I don't want to take the time to make dinner. So it'll be good for me to go and actually eat a nice meal. I do eat. Don't worry, I do eat. Just probably not as well as I should. Okay, so I think that page is done. And now I have this little page that is a cutoff from the large piece together pages, and it has a floppy over edge, which I think is cute. I want to leave that. I could sew it down as a pocket, as a funky little pocket, but I think I'm going to let it flop. So I'm going to take one of these Mrs. Coggs images that I have left and make a little tuck spot here. So Maria, if you don't like this floppy thing, you could always just put some glue all along here, here and here, and it will glue down and be a pocket for you. Put this chocolate card in there. That's from Mrs. Coggs. Put one of these chocolate trading cards in there too. Oh, here's one. I need to use this in this book. I used it in the other large book, so I really need to put it in here. It's one of my favorite images from this set. Okay, so this page is done. I've got one page left, so if I don't use this card on that, I'll have to go back and find another page to put it on. Okay. So this page consists of a cookbook page. This was taken from the book whose cover I am using to make this journal. And I have to cut it down in height, I believe. Just cut a little off it. Hopefully it's gonna work. Yeah, that works. So I'm going to grab copy dyed paper. So I think this could be the center signature, the center of the signature, like this. So you get that luscious piece of pie, and then I'll put some of the copy dyed paper on either side of it. And I didn't even measure to try to make them even because it doesn't matter. These kind of books are just kind of like cobbled together. So I'm going to sew this here. So this one here. So I did this center page with a cookbook page 3 different ways, these 3 different signatures, and I'll show that to you. So on this one, like I said, I took the page put it in the middle and put copy dyed paper on the edges. Now I just have to find where I put the other signatures that I've been doing. They're right here. Okay. So then with the first signature, I took 2 book pages and put copy dyed paper in the middle, and then when you fold it, I just folded the cookbook pages over so there's a flap. And in the middle signature, I took 2 cookbook pages and just sewed them together down the middle. So those are 3 different ways you can use a cookbook page in one of these large books and make it bigger. Now, what do I want to do here? I'm going to use a piece of this fabric ribbon that Christy gave me. She sent me 2 with cupcakes on it. And I didn't even realize till I started like cutting the shapes out for one of the embellishments. This one is round and the other one had this kind of a shape to it. But I used this one all up. I still have some of this, and I have some of this one with the recipe on it. I think I'll use some of this one. I'll just sew that right there. With a little bit of eyelet. My table is such a mess. And yes, it drives me crazy. Looking forward to getting it all cleaned up. I want to sew some laces, a little bit of lace on these seams. I knew there was a word for that. Seams. I'll use some of this brown grove grain with the pink dots on it. And something else. I'm looking at my laces. I'm feeling very indecisive today. There. I love this one. It's one of the Hobby Lobby laces. It's $3.99, but I buy them at 50% off, so it's $2. And it's 2 yards. Just don't know where I'm going to put her. I don't want to cover up all the journaling space. I could make her a tuck spot right there. Okay, now, when I put this in the book, this might be too long here, so I better figure that out before I do anything to edges. Here's my signature. This is the final signature in the second book. goes there. And that. Yeah, I definitely have to trim off that extended part there. I'm going to put this fabric over the edge here. I know I said I don't want to cover up all the journaling space, but you can open that up in journal. Okay, I think all of my signatures are pretty much done, unless I decide to add something. I have to go through and make sure things get put in the pockets and things like that, but I can actually sew the pages together now. But I need to do a little more work on the covers. So I'm going to stop this video and then I'll come back with some work on the covers. What time is it? Yeah, I've got time to do some, so I'll be back.